guys, it's me again, Mission, and welcome to the episode of Workout from Home, episode number 11, season 3. And today, I will share with you a topic where quite a very common question, which is, do you need cardio to burn, to lose weight, right? So before I start anything, as usual, if you like the video later, feel free to share, you can comment, or even let anyone know so we can have more of these topics in discussion in the future. So today we're going to talk about, do you really need cardio? So what is, maybe I will explain a little bit what is cardio, what does it does, type of cardio you can do, is it applicable for you, and some take home points how you can use cardio or don't need to use cardio, right? So when people say you got to do cardio or I have to do my cardio, basically what they're saying, cardio is known as aerobic exercise. So aerobic exercise, I break it down a little bit, is basically movements that literally means aerobic brings oxygen, alright? So exercise, so the idea is that you do an exercise, the intention of bringing oxygen in. Now why bring oxygen in? Having more oxygen in, not just help you to breathe a bit better and so on, it also helps to improve, it allows it allows your heart to pump a little bit, okay? So it allows you to pump, and then the vessels will put some air in, so meaning you are more active. When you are in a more active state, this allows you to not just being healthy benefit, in the fat loss wise, it helps you to burn some calories because your body needs to move a bit more, right? So in a nutshell, it's like this. Of course, I don't want to talk into so scientific term what does aerobic full definition is, because I am not I'm not a physician or anything, so I will not go there. But for practical use, cardio is basically aerobic exercise. So aerobic exercise is whatever you do it. It can be any exercise actually. It doesn't have to be. When people think it's cardio like running, jogging, those are just some examples. It doesn't have to be long duration one, right? So common misconception people will think cardio is you have to do it in a very long duration. We're talking about anything more than half an hour, right? For example, 2 hours of cardio, 1 hour of cardio on a bike, 1 hour of cardio on a treadmill, you name it, the choices are endless, okay? So now that we have talked about what cardio does for you, basically it's helping you with the idea of burning more fat. Of course, just like anything, you don't want to take it to the extreme. You have too much cardio, you could run into some problem. But if you are very inactive, not doing your cardio, you can also bump into some problem. So cardio in this case, again, what cardio is it applicable for you? We'll talk about that later. So I will talk about first, how do you need cardio? Let's go straight to the answer. The answer is somewhat a yes and a no. But before that, do you need cardio is the wrong question to ask. You need oxygen, you need money, but you don't need to do cardio. That means it's an option, right? A better question you should ask is, can cardio benefit you or not? I think that is a better question. You don't need cardio. It's like saying I need to study. It depends, right? If you don't like that subject, you are not in that field, maybe you don't need to study astrology, right? You cannot try to become a scientist or something, right? Maybe you don't need to study astronomy or stuff like that, right? So it depends on, I would say need is the right word. A better question is, how does cardio benefit you? Now, can it benefit you? Absolutely. As we say just now, it brings you oxygen, it makes you move, burning some calorie, and so on. But what are the disadvantages? Number one is, the number one problem is people take it too long, right? That means you're doing like more than half an hour. Going too long, there's nothing wrong, but usually people run into two problems. Number one, you run into joint problems. So for example, if you keep walking for half an hour non-stop, most people will run into some problem, start to have some knee pain, whether it's on the treadmill, whether it's walking on just flat floor, you will run into some problems like this. Another feedback people always give when they do long hours of cardio, again, anything more than half an hour, it's kind of boring, right? Because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes you can watch a TV, put your headphones in, but there's just, you got to do something. So it's very, I hope I'm using the right word, it's more dreadful. So you don't want it to feel too dreadful in your cardio, right? So do you need cardio to lose weight? Again, if your goal is to work out a little bit, the answer is yes. But it shouldn't be an end or be all. So meaning, if you want to do cardio, you think that you can just do cardio every time and then your problem will be solved, you will lose weight. It doesn't work like that. Because at the end of the day, you still need to control your calories via not exercising, but actually more on how you consume your food. So for example, right, maybe I just give you a scale. For example, if someone would, which one do you think is easier for you? To burn 100 calories or to eat lesser 100 calories? Because remember our previous video we said, if your goal is for fat loss, you need to be on a caloric deficit. So if you are trying to be on a deficit, which one do you think is easier for you? Eat lesser 100 grams of food, 100 calories of food, or do a workout of 100. To give you a perspective, eating less 100 is quite simple. Avoid the food, problem done. If you're trying to think your answer is doing exercise 100 calories, it's easier. You will have to do somewhat like a jogging around 20 to 30 minutes. So it will be something around there. 100 calorie, 100 calorie by the way is not a lot. 100 calorie probably like, I don't know, maybe one small banana, maybe a small cup of rice. You know, so there is a lot of, so 100 calories, if you were to exercise to burn 100 calories, it's just dreadful long time. And at the same time, it's also not practical because most of us don't have time to do long hours of cardio. So it's better if you want to, your goal is for weight loss, it's much practical. You focus on your diet, focus on your recovery, that means your sleep, your snacks, and also your stress level. I think those are better use of your time. If anything but, cardio should be the least of your concern. The main concern should come from your good habits of diet, aka your nutrition, and also your, what is that called? And also your recovery. Okay? Remember, you cannot out-train a bad diet. It is, theoretically, it's doable, but practically it is not applicable. Alright? So on paper, of course, it looks like you can do, but that's going to be like what? Dreadful long hours of cardio. Right? Now I know some of you are going to think, hey, this is long, this type of cardio, like half an hour on the walking, these are low intensity cardio. What about high intensity cardio, right? You've seen on videos before, the HIIT training, they do 5 minutes, they would go as fast as they can, or 3 minutes, or whatever the time is, right? Are those a form of cardio? Yes. Is it beneficial for you? It depends. So it depends in what sense. Number one, your level. If you are a beginner, you want to jump to HIIT right away, personally, I wouldn't recommend, because number one, you do not know how to do the form right. Number two, it's just too tired for you. And number three, assuming you're doing a HIIT exercise among the group, let's just be honest, the instructor don't have the time to go and check everybody's form one by one. Even if you check your form, it's just a few second glance because he needs to focus on other people also. Right? So doing HIIT training, there are some disadvantage of this. The advantage is you will burn a lot of fat, no doubt, right? But how much calorie can you burn? A HIIT training, you're talking about high level. For example, you're doing some CrossFit or some high intensity training, you're talking about high advanced level. Usually they will write notice, burn up to 500 calories. That means, putting into perspective, pretend like you are trying, let's say you are a top level athlete, you're doing everything to the maximum, the form is great, the range of motion is fantastic, you will burn only up to 500, but let's just say it's 500. If you have to keep continuing like this, it may not be sustainable. So it's better you reduce your calorie by 500, it is more practical compared to just doing cardio. So in this case, high intensity training, does it work for you if that is your cardio choice? Yes. But is it applicable for all? Probably not. Right? Unless you can get someone who can really teach you the form, nail everything in, and he or she take care of your form very well and knows what you're doing, that's a form of progression, then you can say HIIT training may be beneficial. And HIIT usually there is a thing of, so cardio has three types. Low intensity, we talk about walking on the treadmill, half an hour, examples, or jogging. Medium intensity means like some sort of running, in a shorter duration. And then you have high intensity, which is very short duration, but it's very intense, right? So it depends where you go. Now, high intensity has a bit of also a bit of challenges where if you do high intensity too much, there are evidence show that your chances of getting injury is higher compared to low intensity exercise. Like you think about it, when is the last time you hear someone accidentally tear a hamstring? Is it on a 5 km run or is it on a 100 meter sprint? Chances are it's a 100 meter sprint one is a bit higher risk. So point is, high intensity exercise may be too high, it may cause you some injury. With that being said, I am not saying high intensity is bad, low intensity is good. I say both has its pros and cons, right? Because high intensity, the good is you don't need to use a lot of time. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes, you're done, right? If you are doing what Tabata or whatever fancy name you want to call, it goes to HIIT training. So it goes to high intensity training, so high intensity interval training, right? So of course, instead of going both ends, why not go to the middle? So for example, maybe you can start instead of a walk, which is very dreadful long, you may try some sort of just a slow jog, right? So some slow jog at a pace that you are comfortable, but at a good time you still can breathe. These are some good points that you know you are at the medium intensity, alright? So cardio has a lot of form. Can you use any of all those? Yes. Do you need to do for weight loss? No. But is it beneficial if you do? Yes. Is it necessary to do? No. It is just another tool. So one should still focus on their nutrition and some sort of their recovery, aka sleep, your stress management. That is a better use of the time. And you have to understand something. Do give some thought. If you want to do your cardio, do give some thought on lifting weights as well. You watch all the previous episodes from Workout from Home, you will notice I use some household items, I use simple items, I teach you how to do the squats, example, how to fix the form, and so on. You can give that some thought also. Why? This one will fall into somewhat medium to high intensity. Remember, the body doesn't know it is a running, therefore I lose more weight. It is a slow jog, therefore I lose lesser weight. It doesn't work like that. The body just follow based on the intensity, right? So example, you can try to take the example when you do a squat, right? If you add some weight, it adds some resistance. That means you are increasing the intensity. So by increasing the weight or doing more reps with some sets, it allows you to some sort create like a cardio like that. So lifting weight, it may sound controversial, but it actually is a form of cardio as well. Aerobic exercise, remember just now early we talked before, is to put oxygen into your body. That's what aerobic exercise means. You can't say doing weights does not, unless you keep holding your breath, right? You'll be putting a lot of breath in while you're doing your exercise. So meaning it can be done if it's some sort of cardio. In fact, you can do it in a higher rep range, right? So don't go and take an example. You don't go and take a push-up, for example. You don't take a push-up and go and do 3 reps and then you're done. No, maybe try to go 8 reps, 10 reps, 15 reps. So if you do quite a lot, provided make sure your form is correct, yeah? The form is good, you've managed to feel all the muscles and stuff, wouldn't this be this is also another way where you can actually put oxygen in, and it's still somewhat giving you some cardio in the middle of the process as well. So when you do cardio, That doesn't mean you, sorry, when you say cardio, it doesn't mean long hour dreadful one. You can adjust it to your thing. Alright? Now, does this mean there is no room for low intensity training, aka walking on a treadmill half an hour? Absolutely not. I still think that is still practical for some people. So to give you an example, some of you might be in this category right now. You're working from home, you have very little footstep. General recommendation, they say you need 10,000 footsteps. So you can't hit 10,000, what can you do? You guess it right. You can actually use the, what is that called? You can use some of these footsteps. You can just try to, just when you walk in home, if you have a treadmill at home, I think you can still do a lot of footsteps, right? Let's say you stay in the condo, right? You want to hit 10K. In your house, you are not moving a lot. So maybe you can go to your condo gym, go to the treadmill, and just walk just to increase your footstep. It's not a bad idea, right? So just giving you some ideas like how you can implement cardio to your workout, right? So some people will say, I like to play badminton. Badminton is a form of cardio for me. You're not wrong. You're right. Remember, cardio can be anything, alright? You get chased by a lion behind, it's a form of cardio also. You're having your sexy time at your bed with your significant other, that is a form of cardio also. So cardio comes in a lot of form and ways. So don't feel free to experiment, right? So as long as you put oxygen in, you are by default already in a state of cardio, right? Just that, like I say, you can always try all sorts of intensity. A good way you can start, whether should I go high, should I go low, should I go medium, you can have create a small little checklist so you can know whether it's good for you, which one fits you best. Number one, are you a person with a short attention span, or you are okay with doing very long period? If your answer is short, probably you want to do a medium intensity to the high intensity. Number two, so if you like to do long hours, you can do low intensity. That means walk on the treadmill for half an hour. If that is your thing, hey, be my guest, right? So if you like, so number one is, what are you a short attention span? Number two, which exercise do you like to do? And number three, which one gives you the less taxing on the joint? Let's just say, for example, your home, you have a bike, right? This recumbent bike, right? So you sit on the bike, you cycle, right? But every time, for some weird reason, if you keep cycling on the bike, you feel very pain on the knee. So you have pain on the knee, it's a joint. So this is not your thing. Even if it's the whatever that means, best cardio, if it's giving you joint pain, forget it, don't do it, okay? So move on to another one. So if you're long or short attention span, let's say you are a short attention span, and you notice riding on the bike has a problem, then do walking, right? Maybe you can do some fast walk. If you have a treadmill, have a treadmill, or wear a mask, go outdoor, just walk a breeze, do a light jog. The possibility are endless. Make sure you keep social distancing 1 meter as per government SOP. Okay. Of course, stay at home is important, but you can always try it out. So if you don't have all these resources, you know what? Just do your body weight stuff. I am very sure you watch YouTube, you will see some video where it's like a 10-minute workout video. Those are considered high intensity. If you like to do it, go ahead and do it, provided your form is good. Your form is great, it can serve you very well. So there is no right or wrong. It's more like, what kind of cardio do you prefer? If you like a medium one, you like a high one, or you like a low one, alright? So whatever happens, the take-home point is two followings. Number one, the best cardio is the one that you enjoy and you can stick to. Number two, cardio alone is not the answer. I can't emphasize this again. Cardio alone is not the answer. Ultimately, you still need to take care of your diet. You still need to take care of your recovery, your sleep, right? It makes no sense, like zero, if you think that you have, let's say, the best workout in the world, whatever that means, 500 calories you burn every single session you do, all right? But it doesn't mean anything if you override it by having an extra 1,000 calories of, I don't know, junk food or whatever. It doesn't make sense. Alright, what you want to do, double the intensity, provided if you are that high stamina you can, but think about the consequences. Do you have a job? Do you have a life? Right? And are your joints going to be taxing for you? You have to take all this into consideration. So it's better use of the time, you take care of your diet, and make sure you use cardio like sort of as and when needed, right? Have itch you want to scratch, then you go and scratch by doing your cardio. And not cardio is the top thing, sleep like crap, eat like crap, and then thinking why I cannot see result. Oh, this video doesn't work for you. Any video will not work for you if you do not apply those whatever knowledge that you do and you do not take care of yourself, right? You need to do your you need to do your own homework as well. All right, you need to put in some effort. So those are what I call need. Do you need to do cardio? If I have to choose one side, the answer is no. But if you want to do cardio, can you do it? The answer is yes, you can, right? So I hope this video helps, at least help you to determine what kind of cardio fits you, what can you do with cardio, what the hell is cardio, and how the cardio can help you to your fitness goal. Alright, so I guess that's it for me today. If you have any question, feel free as always to drop your comments below, and I'll catch with you on the next episode of season finale this coming Thursday. So after this Thursday, talk about how to fix your form. I will fix one of the most difficult one is a row. So just a sneak peek. Basically, it's your down here, all the way up, all the way down. You're training your back. So I tell you how to do the row properly, how to fix it, some common mistake, and how you make the most out of the exercise. So once Thursday one is done, I guess I'll take a mini break also. December is coming up. I would like to have a break also. And then most likely I'll catch you on, who knows, maybe late 2020, or I'll catch you on next year, 2021. Right, so till then, you guys take care, be safe, and always remember, you can do your cardio, you can work out from home as well. Bye bye.